Yo, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the Social Norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information, from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm
It don't even matter, y'all. What up, y'all? You already know what it is, man. We back at it again with another one. Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, it's the Social Norm Podcast where we go ahead, open y'all minds, make y'all think, make y'all be the best y'all can be. Now, today, you know we got another banger for y'all. I know we ain't been here in a while for doing these live streams, but y'all asked for it, so we bringing it back to y'all. Today, we doing about American westernized women versus Eastern foreign women on how they interact with men, how they see men, and how they deal with men in their significant spots. You know what I mean? Now, you know I got to go ahead and give y'all the disclaimer. You know Canteen can't give y'all, got to hook y'all up, right? This is me and Beans' personal opinion. This is not factual. This is not the ultimatum. This is not the end-all, be-all. This is just me and Beans and how we see things. Y'all got y'all opinion, so we got ours. You know what I mean? So we're going to respect them both. Now, today, I need to talk to you, man. The reason we did this whole I thought about this episode was because the other day I was talking to somebody that we deal with, that we know, and this person pretty much opened my mind up to how, because this guy, he goes to Bangkok. He goes and travels to these foreign countries and he gets treated like a freaking king. Now, I was like, well, what, tell me about this. What do you do? What do you do? He said, man, you get over there, these girls, they just, because you're in a foreign land and you're the money exchange, they literally flock to you and they treat you like you're the next coming of Jesus Christ. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, bro. Ever since he's gone over there, once he comes back to America, he says he hates it. The way the women are over here, he just can't stand it because they feel like they're the prize in America, and in foreign countries, the women feel like the men are the prize. You've gone now. I know you've personally gone to foreign countries.
Yes.
I've never done that. The most I've pretty much gone to is like the Bahamas.
That still counts. It still counts.
Yeah, dude, but come on now.
But first of all, I always suggest, if you haven't done it, try at least one country to go to. Now let's do the Bangkok. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Money does play a factor, especially when you go to a lot of these poor countries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I went to the Dominican Republic and I'm just a regular dude.
Yeah.
But they thought I was rich.
And that's the difference.
Yeah. So
what regular people here think, okay, in America, girls we regular guys, they'll just walk right past us. They wouldn't think nothing of us. They'd be like, you know what? Okay. If we say something to them, they like, oh, get away from us. Get away from me. You pretty much bothering me. You in my way. But you go over there, it's like they see you stand out. You're pretty much that person where they're like, oh my God, he can literally take me from zero to hero. Like, he can make me change my whole life.
That's how they look at you.
So they coming at you like on some, hey, what I got to do to get next to you?
Yeah. And it's true. And I can see why this dude, like, he got a taste of that life.
Yes.
And then he got to come back. Like, there, you don't have to work for it. They just see you and they just want it.
They want
come at you.
Yeah, they want to be part of your life.
But then here, you actually got to work for it. And isn't it? I mean, nothing wrong with that, but once you get a taste of that life, you're not gonna wanna work for it anymore.
You're not.
So
Now I just went and put a in the link in the comments. If you on Facebook, go ahead and hit us up. If you want to go ahead and click the link, and you guys can get on the live stream with us. For YouTube, you know what I mean. We ain't there yet, so shout out to y'all. And not for nothing, man. If you rocking with us right now, go ahead, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the video for us so we can go ahead and keep growing our channel with y'all. And we thank everybody for getting with us.
definitely hit the share button too.
And it wouldn't be I wouldn't be me if I didn't say y'all want to go ahead and hit that Cash App just in case y'all want to support, the podcast, the channel. We appreciate that. I'm gonna leave that Cash App up there for y'all.
Actually, Hill, you in the room?
Oh yeah,
because Hill is actually. I'm not trying to put his business out here like that, but
we about to go ahead.
We about to. I think his woman's from St. Thomas, is she not? Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, Hill.
No, where? Okay,
I believe that's the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's Jamaican or.
Now I want to know: is there a difference for the fellas that are actually dating or being with women that's from foreign countries? Do you actually see a difference in how you're being treated and how you feel? Now, from my man's, he told me that the girls are just way nicer. They actually are pleasant, smiley, and they want to make you feel happy. I don't get that feeling from Americans. And that's what the difference I feel with Western American women versus foreign Eastern women. I really can't say that American women want men. They tolerate us.
It feels like that a lot.
And that's not a feeling that you want as a man.
And I think a lot of media has to do with that, because if you're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, it's always some video of some woman saying, independent, I don't need no man.
But they don't. But this is
it a lot.
This is my argument about this. We live in a first world country. The reason women in America feel like they don't need a man is because men have provided a lifestyle so well for them in society that actually they believe they don't need men. But if all the men in America just left it right there, like snapped, and it was gone, you know how hard it would be for women? Streets wouldn't get like paved, like all these different things that men do that they don't even realize. It's like one of those things where you ever have your parents tell you, you don't want for nothing because we do it, we make it look so easy. Huh?
Yeah.
That's what
I'm sorry, I was reading the comments. Somebody,
as you always do.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man.
But anyway, I see what you're saying. Like your parents do make it easy. And as a child, you don't see. I know.
I love when you use that child.
I know. You don't see the hard work. You don't see the struggle. You don't see the sacrifice.
You said, okay, somebody said not true. Do some of them have funk attitudes? Yes. I'm not even going to say some. I would have to say majority of black. I can't even caught myself. Majority of Western American women feel entitlement, feel that they deserve something because they are woman. And the difference is the women in other countries don't feel like they deserve something. They know they have to work to get something. And I don't think the women in America really feel like they have to work to get a man. Like, oh, she should just come. I should just because I think I'm hot shit and I look good, I should get a man.
Yeah, it's
and they don't
that phrase. My presence is enough.
Oh my God. Like, how many times do you hear women say in America, I am the table?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're the table, explain that to me. Explain what I am the table means. It's a cop out because you don't really bring, at that point, anybody who says I am the table, you really don't bring any value to anybody or to that man, and you don't know how to. You're trying to code it. You're trying to like put the wool over his eyes to where he's like, okay, I'm not. I really can't think about what I bring value to you, so I'm just gonna say that, and it sounds good.
You know what it is? I was thinking about this too today. I don't even think it's all American women. I think it's a certain age group.
An age group?
A certain age
Okay,
group.
okay.
Because in a lot of these third world countries, they have passed on a lot of tradition. You know what I mean?
It's in their culture.
It's in their culture.
Yeah.
But
we've lost. This is the thing. I truly believe back in if you take men and women back in the 1940s, it was a cultural thing for women to cook, clean, take care of the household. Somewhere down the line, it started going away from that to where women are like, I don't need to cook.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need to clean
to
get that ring.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Come on,
because back then that was society. Women built a home and went out and provided. That's just what that was back then. Then society always progresses. We're going to, especially in these first world countries. Feminist movement hit. Not there's nothing wrong with it. It's just once they realized they had more, wanted more freedoms and more rights. You didn't want to stay in the home anymore. They didn't want to stay in the home anymore. And that's
okay. But let me ask you this: at some point, just like African Americans at one point were slaves.
Yes.
As much as we try to fight in today's society that the white man oppressed us, and this is why we're not where we want to be. In the same sense, the white man is the one who allowed us to be free.
Well, because they were holding.
Let's be honest about
it. They were holding all the cards.
But people lose that. People forget that. I understand they were the ones who put us in slavery, which really ain't the case because there was slavery all over the world. But in the same sense, the same people who put us under, eventually, that same, not the same group, but some form of that group, let us be free. In the same sense, the same men who provided women with the abilities to go and vote and do these other things, they forget that and they try to say, oh, well, we got here on our own. No, you didn't. You didn't get here on your own. Just like black people didn't get here on their own.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But people don't, but then it sounds toxic masculinity if you say those things.
That's true. And at one point in this country, we did need women. World War II, when most men went out to fight wars, because they didn't allow women to fight wars back then. Who was back at home building the tanks and things like that? But women were.
And I give them full credit. If a man is not there to do certain things, a woman will always step up to the plate and give her best, do what she needs to do to get things done. They've done that, especially in the black community for years, where men have not been present and women have tried to step up and do the best they could do.
Yeah, and I think that's where we as a country have fallen apart. It's that teamwork is not there anymore. You know what I mean? It's that what am I getting out of this mentality? I'm not going to do.
I just watched a video about that, dude.
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that. And it's that man. That's what it feels like nowadays. I'm not going to do anything unless I know
I'm guaranteed
something
I'm going to get
this.
I'm going to get reciprocals from it.
Yes.
Somebody said the gender roles are getting blended.
I do think so too. Especially, and I hate to talk about those brothers like that, but I see a lot of
feminine.
Yes.
Femininity.
And I'm not talking about gay men or men who are transgender. I'm talking about men who are straight. And
I told you though, the reason you can't this is the society they want us to be in, because if real men, when I say real men, I ain't trying to knock nobody, but men who are heterosexual men, because when you say a man, most of the time we all think of a heterosexual man.
Yes.
Okay. Back in the 1940s,
Mhm.
When Lucy got out of line, a man can represent him. He can represent of what he felt was the best necessary form of action. You can't do these things now. We are, and somebody said this, in America, men are guilty till proven innocent. A woman can go and say, he hit me, he did this, he did that, and could be completely lying. And men will be victimized from it. They will get ostracized and
true.
say, you did this.
That's
Without
true.
and we've seen it plenty of times. We've seen men go to jail for years and then come to find out the woman is lying about it.
Brian Banks.
Exactly. Ruining men's lives. And then you say, well, why aren't there any masculine men out there? Because the men who speak up about it, they get ostracized and say, oh, you're toxic. You're the problem with the society.
And a lot of problem is this cancel culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the minute somebody says something,
Who approves that shit?
I don't know. And I think what it is like, say, a lot of it is these networks don't want no backlash. So they don't want to deal with the problem. They just say, okay, he's done. Go after him, don't come after us.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And they shouldn't do that. That's why I applaud Netflix for standing by Dave Chappelle.
Standing by Dave Chappelle. Well, let me say this. And not for nothing, you ain't fooling me, Netflix. The only reason you stand by Dave Chappelle is because Dave Chappelle make you some bank. If he wasn't making you some money, his ass would be off the list. He said, wait, we are always wrong. Who's saying that?
That's Spangler. We are always wrong. I asked my girl if that's true.
Yeah, you're right. That's at the point where men, you damned if you don't, damned if you do.
That is true. And here goes the thing about the whole Netflix situation. Let's say they did cancel Dave Chappelle. You know who they had to deal with?
Who?
The whole black community. Like,
what you mean?
Dude, you cannot cancel Dave Chappelle. And there's going to be some backlash somewhere.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't had shit to do with the black community. Really, just to keep it 100, we don't hold down Dave Chappelle.
No,
it's the white community that hold down Dave Chappelle.
You really think so?
Hell yeah, Dave Chappelle, just like Chris Rock, white folks love him.
They
love him.
I thought everybody loved Dave Chappelle.
I love Dave Chappelle too. I'm just saying they love him.
Okay.
Why you think he's so big?
Yeah.
Look, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. Who else they like? It's gotta I'm saying this. A real true comedian has to cross over to where they like whites and blacks. You know, they both like each other. You can't be one way where only black people like you and the white folks don't understand you. And you can't be one way where only white folks understand you and the black folks be like, what you talking about, bro?
Yeah, you have to God, what's the word?
His base was mainly white. Yeah. If you watch Dave Chappelle's like early comedy specials before he got big, he was talking about he was weird. I'm just being honest. Dave Chappelle was weird. But we getting off subject.
Yeah, anyway. What were we talking about? Oh, and this dude that we know that goes to these countries. A lot of these countries, women are second class citizens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
Like they can't vote. They can't.
Well,
they can't. Someone can't even drive.
Well, the thing is, where the countries he goes to, they don't have welfare.
That's
so
true.
Literally, everybody who's poor, you have to hustle to live. Otherwise, like there's no handouts. Nobody's getting a handout. So that from not having handouts, that means there's no security for yourself. You literally have to make your own bag and figure out things for yourself.
That's true.
For your family. So women, everybody's more humbled, men and women, to where they're willing to do what they need to do to get
that is true
food on the table.
We're like this country, and I hate to put it like this, but we're like the spoiled child.
Yeah,
they got everything that we want.
But even still, it shows like even in poverty, even in the first world country with poverty, women still have it better off because like there's shelters for women and children. There's a lot of shelters that don't accept men.
That's true.
And that don't just look at the sickness of that. Everybody's on, like, the shelter is for people who are down on their luck and are poor and can't feed,
Yeah.
need are starving, and they still will shun men away.
That's true. It's sad, but what's as a comedian said, penis is not protected in this country.
Who the fuck said that?
Here's his name is Chad there. It's true.
Penis isn't protected,
Hey,
but
penis is not protected in this country.
and we and some I don't know how it came to be this way, but
chivalry. Think about a lot of things.
no, because
women and children first.
okay,
How many times you hear that?
but this is the thing. I don't feel like in other countries they still don't do that. Like there's still women, they still treat men and women or children and women, they still protect them. I just don't think that they make it where like you're above me.
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing. Men in our society, American society, we put women and children above men. Even though the men are the ones who are creating this whole
it's like
world we're living in.
Since we are the protectors, we have to make that sacrifice, if that makes sense.
And the reason I say, and I know y'all be like, oh, it's a hard pill to swallow. Ladies don't want to accept this. And I'm not sitting there saying women have not contributed to the growth of this country or to first world countries.
Yeah.
But look at other countries, third world countries, worse than that. The men rule it because they're like in dire need. This is where when the shit hits the fan, the men are going to be the ones who have to like go to war.
Yeah. You don't really see you don't see like Afghani women fighting at all.
I don't even know are they even allowed to?
No, they're not. I believe it's called Sharia law over there. Like they have like
and not for nothing.
No rights.
Not for nothing. And I look, I applaud every woman that wants to, because I got a couple cousins who's in the military.
Yeah.
They're in the Navy and other things like that. And I'm happy that they can go ahead, spread their wings and live their life. But if you guys go watch our video, Sports, Men versus Women, No Mercy. It's just a different animal when men and women are put in the same field to do certain things. It's not going to go well for them. And now we're living in a world in America where or just in the world in general, where we're trying to like the genders are trying to get blended. Where men, if you say you're a woman, you can go ahead and face women in sporting competition, and vice versa. You know where this is headed. It's not going to look good. It's not going to be good for nobody.
Did you watch the video of the transgender UFC?
You already asked me that. I still haven't watched that video.
No,
you didn't send it to me.
All right. I'll find it and send it because it's.
But back to the main topic. I feel like the American woman, there's a lot of things that they're starting to lose. A lot of the women do not know how to cook, do not want to cook for their man, and at the end of the day, like you said, it's literally people are looking for what am I going to get out of it?
Yes.
Instead of saying, okay, by me doing my duty, and which my duty is to try to make this person the best they can be, take care, and I want to say is make sure their life is happy, and vice versa. The man should make sure the woman's life is happy. They both can grow and build something great together.
Yes. Keyword together. And I think that's the word that's lost in a lot of relationships. Keyword together. And when I say it's tradition and passed down because it's a certain generation of woman, I have had women, I'll say about 40 years old or above at different jobs, see me eat something at work, right? Let's say I love to eat pistachios. They see me eat pistachios, and then the next day that woman like, I seen you eating that. What do you don't eat real food? Nobody cooked for you? I'm like, oh yeah, no, I just like pistachios. No. And they actually cooked me something to eat.
Now let me ask you this. Since they brought you food, and I know you went and told your significant other.
I brought it home.
Yeah. She's feeding me good. How did she react to that?
She did not like that at all.
Did she start cooking you any food?
At first, no. But after a while, when I kept bringing food home, she started to.
It's sad that in America, Women always be like, oh well, man, why he always cheat? Why he cheating on me? Why men cheat on me? Why men do this? Why men do? Because you're not handling your business. And vice versa. If a man's getting cheated on left and right, he's not handling his business. It's not hard. Make sure you're doing what you need to do so they don't have to worry about nothing else.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like I said, I think it's a definite generational thing because now
It's a cultural thing.
it's definitely a cultural thing too. I do notice that Spanish women, and I hate to compare it, but that's what we're doing here. They're like if you're sitting at a Spanish dinner table,
Nah,
right?
Before you even go further, I'm gonna put your ass on the spot.
Okay, here
I'm
we
put
go.
your ass on the spot. I want you to rank.
Oh,
I want you to rank what group of women you feel are the most catering in America, ethnicity
wise.
Yeah, ethnicity wise. What group of women do you feel are the most catered women? Somebody said, hey, said that. Shay said, don't do it.
I know.
Do it. Because the truth needs to be out. I need to know from a male perspective.
This is solely based
on your life
that
you have observed. Who are the most catering to you?
To me,
to you.
It's a setup, bro.
It's not a setup. Because the thing is, look, you know, when you go to work, if you give 110% at your job, you know this. So when you go and get that evaluation report, and them motherfuckers are saying 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and you know in your heart, you not a 10, 10, 10, you know you coming in, you having your friend clock you in, and you just barely getting there, sleeping your eyes, and you like, man, I don't even think I can, I ain't trying to do nothing today. I'm gonna go hide in this aisle or get lost somewhere. And then they give you a 10, you know you didn't earn that 10.
That's true.
So, but if you was the person like coming early, doing all the work, trying to figure out extra things, trying to boost your value to this company, you knew you earned that 10.
That's America, though. That's
What?
America now.
Lazy.
You can do everything right.
Okay.
And I can come and just do the bare minimum, and we'll both get 10s.
That's because we want everybody to be winners. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody gets a win. That shit annoys the hell out of me. If I had a son and my son plays sports and we lost whatever championship and they try to give him a trophy, I would literally tell him, leave it right there.
You wouldn't take it?
No, because you don't get a trophy for second place. You either win it or you don't. Because me giving you a trophy for being second or third or fourth or fifth, that lets you know you don't even have to really be great to win something. No, I want you to feel the hate, the madness, the mad you feel.
Let it drive you to be better.
Seeing somebody else have the trophy cheering up versus you with nothing. And then you say, okay, this summer, guess what? I'm gonna work hard to get to where so I can have that trophy.
So you don't settle.
Yes.
I get it.
Americans settle too much.
I get it.
And they feel privileged and they feel like they don't need to be humbled. Now back to, I'm not letting you run for this. You thought I was gonna let them run for this? I'm not letting them run for this, y'all. You tell us from how many? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna say the top 5, right? Top 5 most catered beans ethnic group.
Well, I can only go by what I've
in your life.
In my life.
In your life.
Okay. There's gonna be some.
And y'all put in the comment section who y'all think
for me.
who y'all think are the most generous women and the most catering to men women that you come across.
Okay.
Go.
So, in my experience,
and it don't gotta be just American.
No, I'm talking about across the board.
Okay, across the board.
Everybody I've ever
in the world.
In the world, because I've dated foreign women too. So I gotta give it to
international.
I gotta give it to the first spot. Gotta go to the Dominicans.
They
gotta get that one. I'm sorry, black women.
And you know,
Just-
no, just stop this.
This is what
I'm
it-
tired of you trying to play devil's advocate.
No,
You try to give what you try to do is you try to give a compliment to somebody, and you want to, well, you know, the award goes to such and such. Hey, I'm sorry that you didn't win the award. Fuck them. And I ain't saying fuck the black women or nothing like that. I'm just saying
live
put it
my
out-
truth. I got you. Okay,
all right, live
okay.
your truth
Number
in your
one,
life.
Dominicans. Okay,
Okay,
this is how we go.
No, wait a minute. Before we, I want you. I should have went 5 to the back. That's what I should have did. Damn, it's too late now.
It's
We
too
got to
late.
go to number 2.
Number 2.
Or do you want to tell us why? Or do you want to go to just number 2 first?
Okay, I'll go number 2.
Go to number 2. Number
2.
2.
Black women. Yes, that is fact. I'm based off of my experience.
Okay, your mama. But go ahead. Okay, number 3.
3. I gotta go with the Asians.
Okay, 4. You know, you just hate to say it. Go ahead and say it, bro. Number 4.
I'm trying to think.
Who treated you the best?
It's still black woman.
She
was African. That's why.
No,
That's black woman.
So wait a minute. When you say black woman, are you saying be
Black-
specific?
Black American women.
Black American.
That's number 2.
Okay. Number 4 is what? African?
African.
Okay, I think you're lying already, but okay.
Indian. I'm
And
not
number
lying.
5.
I'm not Indian women.
Indian. Like what? Wait, hold on. What type
Red
of
dot,
Indian?
Red dot.
We're gonna cut that part out.
I don't know what you Indian,
you could have said 7-Eleven. You could have said other things.
What's
You could have said curry. You could have said curry chicken, dude. I don't know why you just got to go with red dot.
They got red dots on their head. What do you want me to do? I didn't
They
put it there.
though. They don't like. They're not
Okay.
born with it.
Okay, well, how's that offensive?
I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting. All right. Tell us why. Why are the Indians in last place?
I think that was just like more tradition. You know what I mean? That was more like
they're in last place because of their traditions.
well, because it's like it felt like they had to do it. It was like no choice. It was no choice. It was just like you're doing this, and that's it. It felt great though. I'm not gonna lie.
So she didn't want. You felt like she didn't want to do it,
Sometimes I
but she
felt
just
like
did it.
I just felt like sometimes she didn't want to, but it was just like I ain't got no choice, or I'm gonna catch a beat down. That's what it felt like.
From you
That's the
or
energy.
from
That's the energy it felt like
the people in the
for
area.
the people in the area. Like if I don't do this, I'm catching hell for it.
Okay. Okay. So forceful.
Forceful servitude. That's why I was like,
All
"Man,
right.
that felt awkward."
Africans. Why are they number
Africans?
4?
That's just their culture, man. I really think they really honor their men.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I don't
That's
see
it.
what you. I don't. You're saying they honor their men, but you put them number 4. I feel like you have selfish reasons of why you did this. I don't feel like you truthfully did it without. Well, I can't say subjectively because you know we all have bias, but I think you did. I don't know. Okay,
what do you mean?
I'm going to talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
All right. 3 Asians.
I did his Asian girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I could call her. She lived 2 hours away, right?
Yes.
I can call her at 2:00 in the morning
2 a.m.
and be like, "I'm hungry."
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like, "What do you want?" I'd be like, "I want A, B, and C,"
Okay.
and she do it and bring it to me.
Okay. Now I want y'all to hear this. Now, 5 was Indian. He said that they were. It wasn't that they wanted to do it, but they did it because it was their duty, and they felt, it was a part of their culture, so they felt forced to do what they need to do as a woman to a man. 4 was African. They honored their men, and it's just in their culture to honor their man and take care of them. Okay. 3, 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 hours away. I want some fried chicken with some greens, neck bones, and some fried rice. Bring it over. It's on its way. Number 2, black American women. Go ahead.
Between my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where the age group comes in. My mother,
Yeah.
certain women that we work with,
Okay.
and certain other women that I've dated in this certain age group. I'll say like 35 and above. I'll say it like that.
What's the oldest woman you dated that was black?
She about 38. I was young at the time.
So you was in your 20s?
Yeah.
And she was 38?
Yeah.
Okay.
She really, like I said, this is where the generation comes in. She really took care of me. She really looked out. Like I never went to work without something. Like she always fed me before I went to work, and she always sent me out with something. And when I came back, it was always something waiting for me.
This is a girl you were dealing with.
Yes.
Where is she?
Oh, this was years ago. I don't know.
Okay. No, okay. Number 1, Dominican. Talk to us.
Okay, this is why they went. And let me tell you why.
All right, go ahead.
I was actually in the Dominican Republic at the time. Okay. And my tour guide,
yeah.
my tour guide. Now I only booked one day, and that was it.
You were only there one day?
No, I was there for a week and some change, but I only wanted to see the sights just one day.
Okay.
And we hung out, we talked, we joked around. The next day, right?
Yeah.
This lady shows up with food.
So her job's over with
It's
the tour
over.
guide.
She got her money. She gone. She comes back, and I'm like, "What?
It ain't over yet.
I was like, what's
all this?
What's all this? She's like, oh no, this is how we treat our men here. You're supposed to take care of your man like that. And I was like, where?
Man, okay. So y'all, okay.
No, we wasn't dating.
In her mind, you can go
But
ahead.
I've noticed in other Spanish household like that, where if we're eating and say, I'm done eating.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Eating, and then let's say their mother is there, the mother would like motion to the girl like he's done.
He's done. Go ahead and handle that.
Pick that up. Go in the kitchen and clean that. That's you. And the mother did that. I was like, no, I got this. And she was like, no, okay, she got this.
So I've definitely seen that in Puerto Rican, Spanish, Latino households where and Dominican, like they just the men do not really lift a finger while they're in the household as far as getting food, preparing the food. All the men do is sit down, chillax. The women bring the food to them. They eat the food. The women take the plate, go clean the plate up. That's it. He thanks her for her contribution, blessing him with a great meal. And it's crazy because like you go to some people's homes and some ethnic groups, and the girl like, you see where the plates are, go get one. And you be like,
but see, like I said, that's a generational thing. You know what I mean?
It's not a generational thing though, it's a cultural thing.
Well, yeah,
because the culture, the mothers will say, hey, get it together. It's not even about the man, it's about you representing me as the woman. You're supposed to be, in their mind, this is how a good woman is. You cater to your man. You take care of him in those needs. The needs he's asking and wanting from you, you're supposed to provide for. Now, somewhere in other cultures, there's been a disconnect to where the moms are not holding the same accountability that their mothers held to them or their mother's mother. Now, the one thing I want to ask you is, you put Dominican off of, I'm assuming this one experience.
No, it's more.
Multiple experiences, but okay.
Yeah.
But you named black women and American women number 2. Would you say the black woman that you've dealt with, if you were 2 hours away and you wanted to get some food and you called her up and said, bring, I want this and this, she would come and give it to you?
No.
So how is she number 2, bro? That's what. See, the reason I brought that up is because I truly think you have a skewed top 5 list because
really? Well, what's your top 5?
We ain't gonna get into all that.
It's here now. We're not gonna get into it.
Look, there's people watching this. I wonder what. No, all right.
It's
Yeah.
not skewed.
Okay. If I had to do my top 5, well, I just think it is.
I place them before them because there are women who don't owe me, who brought me food and made me things, who don't owe me nothing.
Okay.
They
I
saw
get you.
me.
You had more interaction with that, and they've like they saw you in need,
and they
said, "I'm gonna correct it."
I didn't ask them. They just saw me, and then the next day they said, "I saw you eating this. You should eat something real." This happened to me. This literally happened to me.
You know what?
2 weeks ago.
No, I'm agree with you, especially where we work at.
Yes,
the women at where we work at hold us down.
Yes,
there's a lot of women
Hands down.
who don't have to do those things for me and him,
and they do.
And
it's not.
And I thank them, and I always try to give back to them if I can.
Exactly.
So half the time they don't even want nothing. They just say, "No, this is how we supposed to be towards each other."
And like I said, it's in a certain
age
range.
Okay. Now I see what you mean.
That's why they get number 2, because
all right,
they did that. They didn't ask for nothing in return.
Yeah,
and they looked out. And it's not just like 1 or 2. It's like 4 or 5 of them who've done it for me.
Okay.
Over the years. So
now that you say it like that, I have to go and say my top 5 list. I don't even got top 5. I really don't, because my interactions with other races are very
limited.
If I think back in my life, I really haven't interacted with a ton of different other races heavy. Like, and I haven't been international and went to other places and dated other women from other countries and things like that. So I'm gonna have to say mine is more like a top 3.
Okay.
All right. So number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Latino women.
That's number 3.
That's number 3.
Okay.
As I said, I've been around people's homes where they literally, the men do not do anything in the household besides maybe take out the garbage. Other than that, they work, they take home, and the women take care of the house. Real traditional, to where they just say, you know what, I don't need my man wanting for anything in the household. Clean. They love to keep they really take pride in having a clean house, having food on the table, really loving to see their men get fed. It's just things like that they hold dear to their hearts. So I'm gonna get that number 3. All right, number 2.
I know this.
No, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you. In my life, it's a hard, but I'm gonna have to go. If I really think back in my life, I'm gonna go Caucasian number 2. I'm gonna go Caucasian number 2, and let me tell you why I'm going Caucasian with number 2 as because when I grew up around all white people my whole life. All right, one black kid in the whole class of white people, but some of my best friends are white. And when I was younger, me and my family wasn't going through through problems, and I left the house, and I went and lived with my friends' family who were Italians, and they embraced me and let me stay with them. It was kind of like almost like The Blind Side or some bullshit. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, but their mother, shout out Miss Marie, was literally, I felt like she was my mother, because she was like the ultimate mom. Like she took care of her whole family. To this day, she still does. She was the most caring lady I ever met. And like, she would make their beds, the kids' beds. And I'm talking about, we're in high school. None of my parents were doing none of that. Like, my mom was never making my bed.
Now, this is their mom?
This is their mother.
Okay.
Italian mothers, they love their kids. They love being a mom and just feeding the kid. Like, she fed us.
Well, they're real from what I can tell. Yes. They're real family oriented.
Very, very tight-knit, family oriented type person. And for them to take me in, and for her to show me so much love and care, I just was like, wow. Like, and then in my life, I've had other women who really did look out for me. You know what I mean? Who really will go the extra mile that I have not seen in some other people, some other races. And that's why I have to give them number 2. Number 1, I know y'all don't believe me, but I am gonna give it to black women. And one of the big reasons,
Not gonna lie, I thought you would give it to white.
I know you did. Everybody did. The only reason I gotta give it to black women, I gotta give it to black women because, like I said, my grandmother, my mama.
Yep.
My mom, if I need something from her, she without hesitation, she not gonna ask me why.
I thought we were basing off of women we dated.
I'm okay. Oh, we was just doing. Oh, we what? Well, you brought up other people.
I did.
You
bring
did
my
this.
mom.
I didn't want.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm
This
saying
your
as a
list.
whole.
This your list.
Okay. Because if we go by dating, it might be
Hold on the list.
It might switch over.
I did factor in women I dated in that list.
I factored women I dated, but I'm just factoring overall my experience. You know what I mean? I feel like I've seen some really good women in my day that have really looked out for me. My mom, my grandmother, women at work, and I've also seen, outside girls that I've dealt with. Now, as much as I said, they're probably the most, I feel like. But now, if we do a whole top 5, top 3 most frustrating women, 100%, I gotta put black women at number 1 for me. Frustration.
We're not gonna do that though. That's
No,
not.
I put it out there,
let's
but
not
I
do
love
that.
them. But I had to put that out there. All right, so, what women have you dated that was outside the country, that were foreign?
The Dominican,
Mm-hmm.
the African, women from the UK.
You dated a girl in Africa?
She wasn't. Well, she was from Africa.
I'm saying,
Like,
what
fresh
girls
off
have you
the
dated? Well,
Okay, the Dominican and the woman from UK.
How was the woman from UK? What was she?
Really? She was black, but
Okay.
she was really aggressive. I'll say it like that.
Okay.
They
were when you say aggressive, you're saying she would go for what she wanted out of you?
Yeah, basically. Like, she walked up to me. Like, that's how I met her. She walked up to me. I didn't even notice.
You felt like the pursued, not the pursuer.
Yeah.
And I think the disrespect. Okay. There are black women out here that do that. I don't know what you mean by that.
No, when I said cook and stuff like that.
Oh. There's less and less overall women in America that don't cook. I'm just going to keep it real. That's why I like big girls. I know for a fact she got to be eating something. Somewhere. She can't be eating out all the time. I'm just being honest with you. You got a better shot with big girls knowing how to cook than a skinny girl. And you be thinking she know how to cook. Like, it's rare. It's rare. My comment was toward the most frustrating part. You see,
oh yeah,
you can't say that because you're not the one receiving the frustration. You know what I mean? It'd be like your teacher saying, and all the teachers be like, who's the most frustrating student? And they'd be like, Charlie, the most frustrating student for me. Like Charlie can't go and be like, I ain't the most frustrating. What do you mean? You don't know what frustration you giving me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
But once again, I lost my train of thought, y'all. I think we were talking about.
What are you talking about?
Y'all can help us out if you can. I want to say. I don't know. Who is it? I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
The woman in UK. We was talking about how aggressive she was.
Oh,
and she pursued me, and
that's it. So I definitely do feel sometimes men especially in America, we want to feel pursued. Even when we do the pursuing in the initial state. women in America have never had to really be the pursuers. They're always being pursued. So they always feel like they're in a hierarchy status. So when a man pursues you, he gets you. It's like at some point he wants to feel pursued too. Men don't want to go pursue the woman, get her, and then every time for the relationship, the duration of the relationship, he has to be the pursuer in the bedroom. He has to be the pursuer in wanting things from her. Like at some point, the woman has to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give and show him that I want him just as much.
Yeah, listen,
or even more.
It was a different feeling to be pursued, but I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie.
What man wouldn't?
Exactly.
It's like your one time to feel. This is the one time we feel like how women in America feel. A pretty girl where you're like, oh, like I get it. You hear girls will be like, you're like, oh, you look pretty today. Like when you hear somebody tell you look pretty today, and you hear 1,000 people say that in a week, the 99th, 998th person is like, okay, thanks. Like you don't even care about people saying you look pretty today. Let 20 women say, you look handsome today. You're gonna be on cloud 9. You're gonna
take one.
You're gonna be feeling like I don't know what I did, but I gotta wear this outfit again. I gotta be on some shit because like they feeling me, they feeling your boy. And women get that every day. So imagine you getting that in America every day to where you're literally like sick of it because you're like, oh my God. And then this what makes the problem though. They get it so much by these simps. And go check out our video, Simp of the Year. We got dudes over here paying $40K to imaginary girlfriends, all kind of crazy stuff. OnlyFans, all this stuff, to where when a man doesn't want to give her attention, she can't handle it. If you just like, nah, I'm good, little mama, she will not be able to handle that because she's not used to it. Men, just like anything, you have to get built up. Man, we so built up in America of rejection. It's nothing to us.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You know how many times I got rejected?
Yeah, I've been on that board too, man. I took some L's, quite a few L's.
And I've learned I'm not marrying no woman that doesn't want me. Like how many? I feel like a lot of women in America they marry men because they're settling. They're settling.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Like even like 90 Day Fiance in that show, you can't tell me these. They say, oh, I love her, this and that.
You
don't.
You can tell that they don't love them because of simple things you ask them to do, and they have a problem with it. People who, if a woman really loves a man, she really likes a man. If a guy says, "Hey, I think you think we do this," she's with it. She's like, "Okay, yeah, we can figure that out. I don't know how we're gonna get it, but we can do it."
That's how you know.
How I know. No. They go you call them at 2 a.m. in the morning, and they 2 hours away, and you ask them to bring you some fried rice, and they bring up. That's how you know.
But I didn't marry that one.
Yeah, look at you, dumb. I watched the show. It was a couple of pimps. For some reason, I'm really getting into watching pimps on YouTube talk about their dating advice. And I know y'all saying, man, come on, Canteen, you watching pimps now?
That was my first thought.
They have very logical advice to relationships, and they all, and it was multiple guys, it was like 4 or 5 pimps that literally said, fellas, marry or date a girl that likes you. Don't date a girl you like. And then what they were saying was this. They broke it down. They said, if you date a girl you like, she gonna have you doing hula hoops, have you doing all kind of stuff that's not in your best interest because you like her more than she likes you. But if you date a girl that likes you more than you like her, you're gonna be all right. She gonna wash your dirty drawers.
I can relate to that.
And you know it.
That feeling of you're more into her than she is you. That That's a rough feeling. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
And it's never going to change.
As a rough feeling.
It's never going to change. So I don't know. So after all this, what do you feel are because this dude, and we, like I said, we started off this conversation talking about my friend who goes over to Bangkok, and he literally has the time of his life where the women treat him like a king. Everybody wants, a little piece of him because he's, he that man over there. And when he comes over here, he's pretty much a nobody. Do you think there's going to be a larger number of men eventually leaving this country when they get established? Because when men are young, they literally are at the bottom. But as they get older and they get established and make money and be more, with everything, they become more of a prize.
Well, I see it already. I mean, I know about 5 or 6 dudes who already got mail order brides.
Yeah.
Like they're all from none of them are American. And
Damn.
I really think, none of them. So I really think that's where.
Now, this is my question. Do you think, and this is, ladies, and y'all might I want y'all to think about this. Men in America are getting mail order brides from other countries to fit their lifestyle. How many women from other countries, how many men from other countries are trying to pursue American women? Just to come, and I'm not talking about pursue them for a green card to come over and become a U.S. citizen. I'm talking about pursue an American woman to bring her over to their culture and have her.
That's a good question.
That should tell you right there that some things need to change on how we see ourselves and what we're bringing to the opposite sex.
That's a good question.
Someone said a lot more than you.
Ooh.
Let me see. Who put that? Ooh.
Let's see.
That's Shay.
Is her?
Are you throwing shots at me, Shay?
She is throwing shots.
I mean, I'm just asking questions. I don't kill the messenger for me asking a question of why do you think that is? Why are men going outside the country?
I really know. I really think men and women should date outside their race, date outside their country. It's because
to get a better perspective of how things,
a better perspective and a broader view of relationships and things like that. I have learned from dating women in the UK that beauty standards are totally different.
They like jacked up teeth over there.
Like that,
they be
yes. Some and I've seen dudes with jacked up teeth over there,
and they be pulling
pulling the chicks. You ain't got to be. I had a friend tell me, I was, I'm getting back in shape. She's like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to look good." She's like, "No, you're the provider. You don't need a 6-pack." She told me I did not need one.
And that's what the difference is. I feel like in other countries, what Eastern side of the world countries, they feel like their job is to just provide. You're good as it is. They like women in Thailand would rather have a potbelly short man that's not cute, but he's wealthy than a man who's got a 6-pack abs, 6'3", and he looks great, but he's broke as hell.
Yeah.
They could care less about a dude who looks good. Get out of here. You have no purpose for me. He said that one. Oh. Well, stop texting and driving before you go ahead and end your precious life. Please. Because we are not at fault at the Social Norm if you go ahead and get an accident while you're over here trying to talk to us.
Yeah, be safe. Don't text and drive. Don't do that.
Just listen and learn. I'm just playing, y'all. And I'm just, it's just we're coming to a breaking point. We're coming to a breaking point where you're starting to see high numbers of women who are getting in these ages of 30, 35, 40, and they're not getting married. They're not having relationships with their counterparts because they feel they have this chip on their shoulder that they deserve more than what they really can get. A lot of American women want 6-pack abs, super rich, they get Chippendales, dancer, but and he's a good gentleman to where he always is agreeing with her and feminine enough to know her feelings. There's nobody like that. It's not real. It's not real, ladies.
I think we need to go back to square one
What's that?
and relationships. Where as far as roles,
I like you, you like me.
Yeah, roles are,
Defined,
and it's not this. Give me this. You know what I mean? It feels like this is what it sounds like every day when I'm online. I see it in the news. It just sounds like, give me. What are you doing for me? What about me?
Entitlement.
That's what it feels like.
It's not teamwork. And what's the old saying? Teamwork make the dream work.
Exactly.
And I need somebody who's going to work with me, not against me.
Build together.
And I mean, I ain't got much else to say. You got anything else you want to talk about?
We good right now. I'll real quick. I'll say it real quick. Okay, I saw this morning, and I saw this thing. A dude met this girl. She had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed together. I think they got married. He raised his kid as his own, right?
Mm-hmm.
The little girl he raised is grown now, and she's about to get married.
Okay,
but now she wants her biological father.
Don't say to walk her
down the aisle.
And this is why I really have a hard time with raising other people's kids, because I know at the end of the day, if that's not mine, you could possibly get that. Like, you could put in so much time and energy on a kid, and at the end of the day, they could still be like, "You're not my daddy."
Yeah.
So
they could.
So the guy who was the stepdad or whatever, was they married? He was married to her.
I think he was married to her. I'm trying to remember because I saw it this morning.
Okay, but
my question is the girl wrong?
Was the father in the child's life?
No, he was a deadbeat from what I can tell.
Even till they were getting married?
Apparently, yeah.
Hell yeah, she dead ass wrong. She dead ass wrong. That's not your father. That's your sperm donor.
Like, she knew him, but he wasn't.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there for birthdays.
He wasn't present like that, like the stepfather was.
What it sounds like is she's mad at the dad for stepping up and disciplining her. Is the level of respect that's taught to the child. The level of respect is taught to the child. I don't know. I think that you have to accept that your child, because that's what she is to him. Once he started taking care of her, your child ultimately might not never respect what you do for them.
It is a slap in the face.
I don't think as a parent you do stuff for you want gratification. Every person, man, woman, child, wants gratification for things they do that they know they're doing their responsibilities. Once you took on this woman with her child and you said, okay, I'm going to raise this child as mine, what comes with it is you doing your best. Whether she likes you at the end of the day or not, doesn't matter. As long as you know you cared for this girl and you try to do the best you could. Of course, you ain't got to like me. That there's no rule in parenting that say that the kids have to like their parents.
That's true.
Their job is to get you from A to B without fucking
the best they can
and love you. And if you know you love that person and they feel like, hey, you know what? I want to honor my deadbeat daddy to walk me down the aisle. I can't say I wouldn't be disappointed, but I'd be like, okay, that's what you want to do.
That's if he even showed up.
I hope he do show up. Because at the end of the day, see me, I've never been the type to, like, I get it. Sometimes everybody sometimes wants to be that person where, like, I'm the man. I showed you. I did this. Yeah. I get gratification. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I never been that dude to where I gotta have it.
No.
I don't care about that. What I care about is the result. My daughter is getting married. I got you from A to B.
Yeah.
You was a little tight.
I mean,
I got you to where another man is willing to take you on. that mean I did a pretty damn good job, because
Yeah.
we know there's some women right now, and you might be watching this show, you ain't never getting married
Oh,
because you know how you are. That's real talk.
What I was going to say was, I would have might look at it like this. I would be mad
Mm.
about it. I'm like, really, this you picking this dude over me? But at the end of the day, it's her wedding, and I want her to be happy. And I'm like, go ahead and ask him.
That sounds good.
And then I would kidnap him the day before, tie him up.
You
And
thought
be like, you see, he didn't show up.
no, what I'm gonna do is have him write a letter, put a gun to his head, and write a letter and say you want me to walk down the aisle, and you might see another day, and never return. Be like off of Lion King. If I ever see you again, we'll kill you.
No, it's all about her happiness.
That's a conversation a mother should have with her daughter. No, look, this one thing I'm gonna say: if I have a daughter, if I marry a woman with a kid, and then I raise the kid as my own, and the kid grows up and she wants to have her daddy, her biological father, walk her down the aisle, even though he ain't never been around, I don't want my wife to say nothing.
I would want to know why.
Let her. If you want to do this, you have your reasons. Like I said, I'm not looking for no accolades. I got you to this point. What you do after that is on you. It ain't,
I mean, okay, so let's say he walks it down, right?
Okay.
Now, what about the father-daughter dance?
It's on him.
He gonna take that one too?
Well, I'm gonna look. What are we feuding? Is me and my girl feuding? My little daughter? Is it right? I gotta know why.
Yeah.
Look, okay, the mom can go ask why.
Oh, I'm gonna ask why.
I would just be like, I'm like, no, because this is the thing. I feel like this. What do I need to ask why for? You felt what you felt. You know how many times I thought I deserved something in return from something. Like I gave a great gift to somebody and I thought I'd get something back and I got nothing. And I could sit there and be like, well, why didn't you never give me a gift? I got you a gift. Because I was expecting something. I was expecting it. You set yourself up when you expect stuff.
That's true. You can't expect the same thing you put
I'm
out.
gonna let if my daughter feel like I'm not worthy enough, or maybe she wants to get closer to her biological father. I don't know what her reason is. If I raised her right, she would have came and we would have a relationship enough to where she could have came to me and told me why she wanted to do this. If that's the type of relationship I hope that me and my daughter have. But if we don't have that relationship, then I know why. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have that type of relationship.
Yeah. She said that's like a father popping up. What is that? After you become rich. That's basically the same, just about. All the work is done. Now I'm gonna reap the benefits. It's going to hurt. It would hurt, honestly.
Okay, well, first off, let me say this. If I did raise this girl as my own, and I took care of her, loved her, treated her right, whatever case may be, to where she a grown woman about to be married. And then her daddy, who ain't never did nothing for her, come in the mix. And she said, I want him to walk me down the aisle. Well, you know what I think about? At the end of the day, she ain't shit either. Because let me tell you why. It ain't. But it ain't her fault. What's running through her blood? Him.
The deadbeat dad.
So she is in her. It's in her.
But like you said, she could just want to reestablish, a connection with her father.
But
that's not the best time to do it.
What I'm saying is, if she was going to do that, if me and her had the right relationship, she would have came to me and be like, hey, I'm doing this not to slight you, but to try to get closer to me and my biological father to have a relationship. I said, hey, go ahead, do your thing. And if she did that and she came to me about it, guess what? She must know I'm okay with it. I'm not that type of person to be petty. Now, if she thought I was going to be petty, she'd probably be like, I can't do it. Or, maybe it would have been nice if she would have said, okay, let both my fathers walk me down the aisle. Like we both did that. Hand in hand.
She could have did that.
But this is the thing though. I'm speaking from a person who hasn't put in the time and the sweat equity. Can I be honest now?
Go ahead.
If I really put in the years, having to deal with girls turning into young women, turning into teenage women, turning into actual women, having to deal with all the crazy that comes with that. And I was there for that, and I don't get to walk her down the aisle. I'm gonna be hurt.
Yeah,
I might not say
hurt.
nothing because I usually hold a lot of things in, but it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for sure. Especially if she don't come to me and tell me, I'm doing this for this reason. Even that reason, I'll be like, why do you feel like he deserves that?
I would let the father know he trash and he deadbeat.
He gonna know it all over
He
my
gonna
face.
know he trash.
I'm just gonna look at him.
I'm gonna buy him a cake. Oh, I'm at the wedding. Like, this is for you. It's gonna say, nigga, you trash on it.
Well, not even that. I might even be more petty. Why he wasn't there? He got drug problems. Because I can slip a little something in, take this shit and go on about your day. That's what you're here for. And or like maybe she got rich or something. I'm like, oh, now you want to show up because she rich.
I know, right? Oh, they let you out of rehab today? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bug you now?
I know some people. But I don't know. I just think that you give respect, you're gonna get respect. If she was to do that, that must have meant I never gave her a lot of respect when I was raising her. That's how I feel.
It would feel like to me that everything I did didn't mean much to you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, that walk not happening in peace. Who put that there?
Let me see.
Is that oh, that's Shay. Look, Shay, you gotta let the girl be. She's a woman now, so she's gonna do what she want to do. I might be, mad, but it ain't about me. That day is not about me. I'm going.
And the thing
I can say this: she not gonna. Don't expect me to just be all happy or belated, like, oh, everything's not, it's not about me. I'm gonna feel a little something. I'm probably gonna need my wife to go ahead and lick my wounds.
It's gonna be two things for me. She gotta understand too. People gonna come up and ask you about, well, how come you didn't walk?
Who's that nigga?
Yeah, why? Well, how
who's that nigga walking down the aisle?
How come you didn't walk her down? And I'll be honest with you. When my girl's grandfather died, right now, my father-in-law took care of his grandfather till he died. Like, went to his house, took him all his appointments and everything, right? When he died, and it was time to give him accolades, they named somebody else.
What do you mean? To read his obituary or something?
No, they were like, yeah, shout out to, like, his name was like Marvin or something. Like, shout out to Marvin for taking care of Sam and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who is Marvin? Like, I had to ask somebody, who is Marvin? They were like, that's our cousin. I'm like, I've been around this dude for like 6 years. I ain't never seen this dude
around your grandfather.
Yeah.
So
I felt so bad.
You felt so bad
for my father-in-law. I was like, dude, that's
how did he take it?
He didn't take it. He quiet. He stayed quiet.
Alone?
He left it alone.
Because you know why? And I'm gonna be honest with you. The Lord, me, and we'll just say I'm your dad, and your dad-in-law and grandfather, they know who is there.
Yeah.
I don't need everybody. I don't need it. It's just like you giving somebody some money that's in a hard time and you do it anonymous. You ain't doing it so you can get everybody to give you a pat on the fucking back.
Exactly.
You're doing it because you know you're a good person and this is what need to get done.
That's true.
And that's the hardest thing men in America and in most people don't understand. You literally gonna have to swallow a lot of shit. You're gonna have to swallow a lot of shit. Pause. All right. I'm gonna get that video. I'm gonna put that on there as far as when I say some crazy shit. All right. To where a lot of men can't do it because we ain't got feminized. A lot of men can't deal with some of the stuff that come with being a man.
A lot of these, even my father, a lot of these go unsung.
Yeah. It's gonna be, especially with parenting, it's gonna be a lot of stuff you do that you're not gonna get no praise for from your kids, and they're gonna be selfish, and they're gonna feel like you didn't do enough and all this other stuff. That's why sometimes when I felt like the problems I've had in my life, and I used to blame my parents, how mad they would get or whatever, because I'm not looking at it through their eyes. They're like, I gave it my best. Now, if my best wasn't good enough, it is what it is, but I got you to A to B. It's on you the rest of the way now.
Yeah.
So
But as kids, you don't realize that till you're older.
no, you're in your own little world box that you're just like, if you don't fit in this, it ain't right. Well,
Basically.
yeah. So, all right, y'all. Well, today is Monday. You know, the man just starting off the week, going ahead and try to bust your head wide open. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, we're going to get back with these lives. We're going to go ahead and keep hitting these reaction videos on the channel. So y'all go ahead and put a like, a comment, and subscribe to the, YouTube channel, and keep following us on our Facebook channel. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Y'all have a good day.
Hey, it's a Social Norm podcast. You know what it is, man. We out. Oh, stop. What am I doing? All right, I'm almost out. Don't mind me, y'all. And all right, now we out.
On, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to